Welcome back to Football Terrace. Hit the like button. Make sure you are subscribing. We've all seen the Enzo Fernandez situation start to play out over the past 24 to 48 hours. And there are varying opinions on this matter in the comment sections alone, just on the Football Terrace community dictate that. A report shared here by the very credible and very well-respected Simon Phillips states that Chelsea's pre-season plans are in total meltdown, with a dressing room rift triggered by Enzo Fernandez's video. Insiders at Stamford Bridge say the incident has rocked harmony within the camp and it will take a lot to repair the damage. Now, I already know there's going to be some Chelsea fans in the comments section that will say, Terry, they're making mountains out of molehills. There are people that are praying for our downfall. And I understand that some people will want to see Chelsea fail. I don't think Simon Phillips is one of those individuals. I feel that if Simon Phillips had heard differently, he would articulate that when sharing this report. He's a man who loves Chelsea thoroughly. But we can't also ignore the fact that multiple players have unfollowed Enzo Fernandez that play for Chelsea. We cannot ignore that multiple players that play for Chelsea Football Club have spoken out at their disgust not only that Enzo was singing along, but that he live streamed it and that he published this and that seemingly it was felt that it was okay to do. Now, we know that Enzo Fernandez has apologized. We know that Chelsea have released a statement and they are investigating the situation internally. And FIFA are also looking at the situation. They're looking into it and they're investigating Argentina. Now, everybody's going to have a different view and opinion as to what's going to happen. But the one thing that I do believe to be true is this could cause, or has already caused, a massive rift within the Chelsea dressing room. I don't see how it cannot. This isn't the same as a bad joke. This isn't the same as two players arguing and training and having a fight. Even if apologies are made, apologies are accepted, there still may be a real deep-lying problem within that dressing room. And I think just hearing an apology and saying, it's okay, everybody, let's move on, I think is a little bit disrespectful to the sensitivity of this situation. What isn't helping, and this isn't in any way, shape or form down to Enzo Fernandez, government officials now in Argentina are getting involved. The first claiming that this report claims that the Argentina president has fired the Argentina Undersecretary of Sport, Julio, I think it's pronounced Garro, who demanded an apology from Captain Lionel Messi for the actions of Enzo Fernandez. So the president of their country is now involved and has sacked that member of parliament for essentially stating that we should apologize for this as a nation and the captain should be the one to do it. You've also seen the Argentine's vice president come out and state that no colonialist country is going to intimidate us for a football song or for telling the truths that they do not want to admit, stating that everybody complaining about it are hypocrites, and states that, Enzo, I am with you. Now, I'm very intrigued to see whether or not Enzo Fernandez backs these actions by his government that have come out in full force. What I will say is that I do understand that not every nation looks at this type of situation the same way. I understand that not every nation has the same culture, the same standards, the same ethos. There are some parts of the world that if you steal something, your hand is chopped off. We don't have that practice here in the UK. So I respect the fact that other nations do things differently. I've traveled to many places. I always respect the laws and the cultures as best I can in those regions. That being said, if you're going to apply your trade outside of that region, you have to comply with that new culture as well. So there's a happy medium in this. And yes, I don't know where the song took place. I'm not sure what country they were in, to be honest with you. But if Enzo Fernandez and other individuals that may or may not have sung this song want to participate in sport in Europe, they have to adhere to the standards here. That's my view on it. I'd love to get yours. I'd love to understand what you think and what you feel. Now, moving on from this, a little bit more lighthearted, I would suppose. I have never seen the signing. I have never seen a signing of a young player at Man United create such hostility, such anger, such frustration, such annoyance, as we have done in the last 24 hours since United did the deal for Lenny Yoro. We see Newcastle fans, Everton fans, Liverpool fans, the media fuming. This here from Leaves, a Newcastle fan, says, I agree, 62 million for an 18-year-old with 1 year left on his contract and 1 year of senior football that wanted to go to Madrid. You generally had your pants pulled down again. I mean, firstly, you've added over £10 million to his price, as an example. You're ignoring all the rationale and context behind why we did what we did and ignoring the quality of the player. You've got Lee here, who's an Everton fan, stating that 62 million euros, Farmers League unproven, 70 million Premier League proven, generational talent. What goes on in Jim Radcliffe's head? Make it make sense. Well, firstly, this Everton fan was sort of gutted to see Onana leave Everton and state what a brilliant player he was. He didn't just come from the same Farmers League, he comes from the same team as Lenny. On top of that, you can say Branthwaite's a generational talent, that's fair. But to say that Lenny Yoro isn't a generational talent is absolutely crazy when you read, research and watch him play. Equally, Man United did refuse to pay £70 million, but £70 million is a lot more than the £42 to £50 million that we've paid for Lenny Yoro. It's significantly different in price, but again, the triggered nature persists. And this Liverpool account, and thank God that X now actually deals with this properly, 60 million and 150k a week for an 18-year-old defender from League R. Factually incorrect at every level. I'm glad that this has been called out by X. It's about time they started to do this. I've seen the Daily Mail publish an article that states that Lille threatened to keep Lenny Yoro on the bench all season if he didn't go to Man United. Turns out that is from a Barca-heavy source in Spain. But yeah, it was printed and published in a way to make it sound like it was credible. And of course, the Spanish media are now working overtime to protect their biggest football club. And we understand it. Our media does that. The amount of times our media will defend a football club because they've missed out on a football player, it's crazy. But when Man United had their bid accepted, nobody said it was overpriced. Nobody said it was crazy. Nobody questioned what we were doing, other than to say, but you're not going to get him, so why are you wasting your time? Now we've got him, the rhetoric has flipped, it's changed, it's been reversed, and the Lenny Yoro hate, the Man United hate, is seeping through everybody's pores. It is coursing through the veins of... And by the way, I didn't know Newcastle and Everton fans cared so much about Man United. Maybe it's because we took Dan Ashworth away from them, and instead of paying the £20 million clause, like sort of release clause, we paid £2.5 million. Maybe it's because they weren't happy with how much we offered for Branthwaite. I don't know. Now they're actually... It's weird. Everton fans were angry we were trying to buy Branthwaite. Now they're angry we didn't. Make it make sense. It's like... I'm so annoyed with that man over there. Why? He's been trying to pull my girlfriend. He's been trying to get her to leave me and be with him. And I'm so annoyed that he would, break man code and do that. 2 weeks later, why are you angry? I'm angry at that man. Oh, what, the guy that was trying to steal your girlfriend? Yeah, what are you angry about? I'm angry that he's got another girlfriend and he hasn't tried to steal mine. Make it make sense. It is ridiculous, but I'm glad that the community notes are going up. And as this post here says, this is a misleading post designed to farm engagement. And that's all it's about on Twitter, is farming for that engagement. It really is. It really, really is. Listen, everyone that's tuned into the show, as ever, thank you. Please hit the like button. Please make sure you're subscribing. We'll see you all again soon.